Hello everybody, I'm Mr. Laggy, and today we'll be going over all the different methods of PvP within Ashes of Creation. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, comment below. Let me know how you feel about the PvP systems that are within Ashes of Creation. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch and also Discord so you know when I'm going live. And as a disclaimer, the video content that you'll see in this video is not that of the MMO. Per se, it's actually of the Battle Royale that they had done, Apocalypse. They had released that and gave people access to it so they could refine any issues and any problems that might show up so that they can implement that in the MMO, but it's a lot faster paced. You know, you got to think like Fortnite and Warzone and stuff. You're not going to be tab targeting. Bear with it. I'll try and implement any that I can find, but for now it's probably mostly going to revolve around that. Now, today's video is a bit of a special case. Let's see, I didn't have time to record my thoughts, so I put in a request for help. According to this sheet, it would appear that we have someone with us by the name of the Laggymancer? Uh-oh. Hello, it's true! I am the Laggymancer! Now, sir, you're coming in a bit hot. Of course I am, you bald twit! Get the hell out of here! So, what, pray tell, excites me about Ashes of Creation's PvP mission? Well, it seems we'll never be without the fear, nay, the excitement of defending ourselves against the steel and lightning of players. Before we get started, let's simply review the terms of combat. To start, the first P in PvP stands for the aforementioned player. Then we have the V. Whoa, I got way into the weeds there. Let's start again. First, we have the basic innocent Steve. This guy will appear green, and if attacked and killed, will have adverse effects upon your body and soul. Second is the purple turd Kyle. He's considered a combatant, and in all kindness should be ended. Lastly, if Steve went down as easy as he looks like he would, you'll find yourself becoming a Red Runda, corrupted to the core. As a Red Runda, you can no longer sleep at night as you fear the wrath of absolutely everyone you see. Now, to start off our list of systems, we have a rather interesting one. One I have not seen the likes of in any MMO that I have played, as I have not played Arcade, which is where this appears to have derived from. It is the caravan system. Laggymancer, how are a bunch of covered wagons going to provide a good source of PvP? Well, it seems that this will be your only way to transfer a large amount of goods across a vast distance for either selling purposes or maybe supplying a castle with siege equipment. The PvP comes into play when a group stumbles across said caravan. At this time, they will be prompted with a message box asking, would you like to defend the caravan or attack it? I mean, it seems you have to attack it, right? If you succeed in overtaking and destroying that caravan, you'll be rewarded with a shower of goodies spread across the ground to loot. This can contain most anything from within the wagon itself, including some of its components, like a wheel. I can see this as being very entertaining to do with a small group of well-organized bastards. I'm sure there is fun in defending it from utter doom, but I don't think I'll ever get to experience that. Now, these caravans are not limited to simply land travel. No, goods can traverse the sea as well. There's just not that much known about those mechanics as of yet. If it's large-scale battle you're looking for, then look no further, as the success of your guild's caravan was able to supply your castle with enough materials to defend itself against the inevitable siege. Castle sieges are but one way a guild can battle another one. There will be 5 castles strewn throughout the land of Vera, originally occupied by mere NPCs. The first guild to control one will have 1 month before it can be sieged. In that month, they will need to start leveling their nodes up to level 3 and beyond. This should be done within the first 3 weeks, as each of the 3 nodes will be sieged separately once a week, leading up to the 4th and final week, which is the siege upon the castle. After the siege declaration is made and the date is set, the castle will defend itself against the onslaught of siege artillery. These weapons can destroy whole sections of the castle, including walls and doors. Certain classes will be able to combine their skills for siege-specific abilities. So far, we know that summoners, like myself, can get together up to a total of 8 and summon what's called a golem to attack those doors and walls. The more summoners, the bigger the beast will become. The other known ability are for 8 tank archetypes to use their summon wall ability to create one massive wall, which can be used for a wide variety of clever battle tactics. It's this humble Laggymancer's dream that they really dive into this mechanic. I would love to see a huge variety of abilities based on who you have in your party. The minimum combat is hoped to be 250 by 250, capping out at 500 by 500. If this gives you any clue as to how crazy this battle could become. All the while, the king can be flying overhead in their dragons, barking orders, and possibly laying down literal cover fire. This is not the only way your guild can slaughter each other, however. So as opposed to the fairly straightforward goals of siege castles, guild wars are to have a wider range of objectives to complete. As a guild increases in level, different possible war objectives may be unlocked. Whether it's an item to steal that only the 2 guilds at war can see, or the possible slaying of an opposing guild member. However different their objectives will be, they are similar in the sense that there is a declaration period as well as a designated time for the war to occur. I'm sure this is in place to allow all the guilds involved ample time to prepare and get guildmates scheduled to appear as your war proceeds with multiple guilds and alliances. Personally, I would like a system in which the guilds are permanently at war, meaning no matter where I am or what time of day it is, if I see a member of the opposing guild, I am free to attack, and vice versa. Perhaps you could even add a 4th color to the mix, arbitrarily orange. That would probably work. The main problem with this would probably be griefing, but that could be cleared up easily if it weren't for that XP debt and stat nerfing accrued through dying. Let's nix that. No more of that. But if someone from, say, the Gassy Brotherhood has done you wrong, it may be time to speak with your guild leader and go to war. If that does not work, you may need to take the law into your own hands. The murder and corruption mechanic is probably the one I am most interested in. With this, everyone is capable of murdering anyone else in the world, but it comes at a cost. As a player kills more and more innocents, their corruption grows with each kill. The larger the level gap between the 2, the more corruption they will gain as well. This will reduce the murderer's stats and armor, as well as increasing the chance that they will drop actual gear, as well as the usual materials, that they would drop if they were to die. But that's right, they could even drop armor and the very murder weapon they had used. Personally, I'm a big fan of fall loot systems, but I understand how the majority of people aren't. So I'll take this at the very least. It is possible to lose your corruption without dying to another player. Gaining XP seems to be the second best way to reduce corruption, as its negative effects on your character are only for PvP situations and not PvE. It's also possible that they will implement a quest chain to help reduce it even further. Nobody wants their murderer to go free, however, and to try to ensure that they are brought to justice, you may need to seek the assistance of a bounty hunter. As of right now, you can only become a bounty hunter within a military node of level 4 or higher. but doing so allows you to use the pathfinding ability that populates corrupted players upon your map. There is a drawback to this, however. Using this ability will now flag you as a combatant to all other corrupted players, and their corrupted effects are neglected when fighting you. The more corrupted players you kill as a bounty hunter, the better your pathfinding skill becomes. And from as far as I can tell, that means it becomes more accurate. That is a good thing. What could be very interesting is this may also form some sort of sub-guild or sub-faction type of system, as the corrupted players congregate together, forcing bounty hunters to team up and find them. This seems like a good way to try to gain other people's treasured equipment as well. Also, I think it would be pretty awesome to have a guild full of righteous bounty hunters and to sell your skills off like mercenaries to guilds trying to conquer, say, world bosses and raids. We could provide the protection at a steep cost depending on who those enemies might be. Why, pray tell? Would they need that help? The vast majority of dungeons and raids are open world and not instanced. This means that there will be stiff competition for farming locations and bosses, so help will definitely be needed for smaller guilds. From my experience with Ultima Online, there are normally moles within the larger guilds working with those reds in order to know what dungeon they're running and how deep they have gone. This will provide them an opportune time to strike these groups from behind and steal their dungeon bosses. When it comes to world bosses, however, it could be complete chaos. This may be more of a free-for-all situation in order to get the amazing loot like dragon eggs, or maybe even one of these servers' only known legendaries. Extra manpower in these situations could be essential to your success. If all this doesn't satiate your desire to destroy, then perhaps this final category will. With the arena system, you can battle in a variety of different methods, be it 1v1, 3v3, 5v5, or even the possible 20-man free-for-all. Becoming the master of the arena will be an arduous and gruesome journey. Cutting through foes one by one to gain gear and glory can only result in one thing: the jealousy of all others in Vera. Being at the top of the ladder will provide unique benefits as you hold the title in the faces of all your foes. And friends! Don't forget friends! Speaking of friends, I am concerned that there is no option for 2v2 combat, as some of us don't have that many friends. Not even 2! I know what some of you are thinking. Yes, I have that power! Where are the battlegrounds? Well, it's at Steven's opinion that the BGs, as it were, are all throughout the world, and if people have too much instance combat, then they wouldn't be incentivized to world PvP. I am 50-50 on this one!
Alright, oh. I'm back. Okay, show's over here, people. Show's over. Alright, Laggymancer, you gotta get out of here.
Fine, I was just finishing up anyways!
Oh, sorry about that, guys. And if anyone has issues about their hearing, I don't think I'm liable for that. Don't you worry, I too had to listen to him as he had taken my soul out from my chest as my body fell to the ground. And it just forced me to linger around and listen to him jabber on. And don't forget to sub and do all the normal things, like there's bells and possible whistles. I don't know, you might have to click on whistles. Twitch and Twitter and Discord and all that will be below.
Follow this fucker!
Get out! And don't forget to leave a comment below telling me what you think of the Laggymancer. Do be kind. That's my one request. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again very soon.